Hey everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are discussing clearing and cleansing and caring for your crystals. I think it's very important that we also discuss this because, you want to make sure you keep your crystals for as long as possible and you understand the why behind clearing and cleansing and caring for them. So let's just get started here. So, cleansing, like I have a little definition about clearing and cleansing crystals. Cleanse them is about cleansing your crystals of any foreign bodies that may have attached themselves onto your crystals. It's important to clear crystals of negative energies, and it's also very important to realign the crystals accordingly so that the original vibrations of the frequencies are reinstated. Sometimes over time with using your crystals on a day-to-day basis, they can then become a little out of whack and not be as useful as they could be if you could go ahead and give them a cleansing or a clearing. So I think that's important to understand, is that it's an ongoing relationship with your crystals, at least in my belief system. You are constantly engaging with them, working with them, sometimes sharing them. Other people may be using them. Some people are hands off. You can't touch my crystals. It's okay to, have others utilize your crystals or you play with others with your crystals. But it's also very important in those instances to cleanse and clear your crystals so that way you are getting the bang for your buck, if you will, from your crystals. So it's important to realign them. Sometimes when you are needing to cleanse your crystals is when they first come to you and they come into your world. Maybe you got it from somewhere where it's actually the crystal's physically dirty and you need to make sure that it's cleaned. So as long as the stone can tolerate it, there are some stones that you should not rinse. I would encourage you to Google your stone to make sure that it can tolerate water. If it can, great, rinse it off. That's one sure way of cleansing your stones. Another way is having maybe some Himalayan salt or some salt, salt and dipping the stone into a pile of that. Or maybe if the stone can tolerate water, you can have water and that salt, Himalayan salt, together and have the stone spend some time in that. I'm not a fan of that. That's not how I like to cleanse my stones. I don't do it that way. So that's, to each his own. There's many, many different ways to cleanse your stones. And again, I encourage you to look up for your specific stone what is the best way to cleanse it, because you don't want to just take a blanket way of how other people use their stones and do it, and then it ruins your stone. That sucks. And sometimes, tumbled stones can handle water better than rough stones. So you just have to be mindful of that as well. So when you first get a stone, it's important to cleanse. It's also important to cleanse after you do spirit work. Whether you're doing readings, I do readings for other people. That is the spirit work that I do. I also do readings for myself. I do a lot of journeying, and so I think it's important to cleanse stones after those uses, because it can pick up energies during those processes that you're doing, and eventually start to impact the vibrational energies of that stone, in my opinion. Of course, like I mentioned before, you would want to cleanse after others have handled your stones, and then you just want to periodically kind of wash your stones. Just like you wash your car, you periodically cleanse it just to make sure it's, you know, looking good. Because when it's looking good, chances are it's operating good. Just saying. Bad, poor English, but you know, catch my drift. When, you know, how I clear and why I clear crystals is because, again, similar for the same reasons for why you cleanse crystals, but clearing. So let's say you get a new stone, you purchase a stone from a website and they ship it to you. You probably don't necessarily need to cleanse that stone or run it under water. Like, as opposed, like if you dug up a stone from the earth, you're probably going to need to wash it, probably, right? But chances are if you're purchasing a stone, it's already cleansed, but you may want to clear it. And clearing is super important because it is clearing that stone from particular energetic bodies that may have attached to that stone that you want to remove and not carry around with you when you when you're using that stone. I clear sometimes under full moons. I'll have the stones on a tray that I get from, who knows, like Ross or, sorry, I'm just making sure my puppy is not around my decks or anything. So I will clear with moonlight, set them on a tray, set them outside under the moonlight and bring them in the morning. Clear with sunlight. I have to be careful with sunlight because I live in Sacramento, California, and sometimes we get to as hot as 110 degree weather Fahrenheit. So it can be very intense. Things can become very sun bleached and look not like they looked when you first set them out in the morning. So I don't do that. But if I'm going to be mindful and be able to watch them from like I look out my window here and I can say, oh, time to get my stones, I will clear them that way. Oftentimes I use my selenite slab. There are crystals that have clearing and cleansing properties, and selenite is one of them. This is something I just keep on my reading table, and I slap on my stones that I've used for the day on there. And that's the easiest way that I clear my stones each day, honestly. I take my labradorite that I wear daily and put it on that slab, and then it's getting cleansed. You know, yay. I have a selenite wand for the same purpose. Sometimes I put little stones along here for some cleansing power, or, you know, I just need this, and I'd like literally feel my vibrational energy shifting. So yeah, that's how I cleanse, or clear, I should say. I also use Palo Santo when I am, let's see if I can light this. When I am clearing, so you get the smoke, right? And let's see if you can see this. And you kind of just have it go around. And this is not a really good flame, but oftentimes I'll get a good, you know, good smoke going. And I clear that way using my Palo Santo stick. And that's probably, that and my selenite slab is probably my most favorite and easiest way that I clear my stones for me. But yeah. Also, you can blow on your crystals by cupping them like this, like that. You have it. And you, like that. You can do that. That can clear it. But when you do it that way, it's a very intimate way of clearing, because you're still imbuing your energies into the stone. So just be mindful of how you're feeling and your intentions, and all your inside stuff is all good when you're deciding to clear it that way. Again, that's just an easy way of clearing. That's what I do. And then, let's see. How to clean and clear. I think we talked about this, using the sea salts, running it under water, just making sure I get all my points. Smudging, yep. And just being mindful of your crystal properties and make sure that water or sun or light does not hurt them. So there are some stones like rose quartz that should not be sat under the sun for long, long periods of time because it starts to fade the color. Like I keep this one hidden from sunlight because I don't want the color to change. But yeah, let's see. And then let's talk about activating your crystals for a moment. It's important, in my opinion, that when you're bringing crystals into your world, to activate them. And if you will watch my video on using crystals with tarot and oracle decks, I discuss about activating, activating your decks by also using activated crystals. And I activate my crystals to set intentions for them, to set the highest good intentions for my crystals. So when I'm using them for my spirit work, when I'm holding them and when I'm using them for meditation, that is the vibrational energy I'm trying to attain, because I'm not always there. Sometimes I'm on a lower vibrational plane and I'm trying to get up here. So that's my stone. Maybe I use this particular stone for love and romance, and I'm using this one for physical healing. So I've set intentions for that, like with an affirmation that I've set the intention and I say it over and over again, like a mantra and a chant during a meditation, to activate the stone with that intention. So that is what I mean by activating it. So you activate your crystals by cleansing it, clearing it before and after each use, by setting those intentions like we talked about, talking to your crystals. I do talk to them. I call them my crystal babies, and I do have not relationships with them, but they are my friend, my crystal friends, and they provide a certain level of healing mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. These are my friends, so to speak. And I use them with my decks. I use them as for my physical healing and well-being. They're my friend. I use them all the time. They're at work, they're at play with me. I'm talking to them. I'm engaging with them. I am engaging with them, even asking what they need, even doing a tarot reading and saying, hey, what does this particular crystal need? The cards will even say, because they're all kind of in alignment with one another. We are all in alignment. We are all energetically vibing together, if that makes any sense. So that's what I mean by activating your crystals, because once you activate your crystals, then it's easy to activate other things in your life. So let's see, I think finally, let's talk about caring for your crystals. I typically just keep my crystals on this reading table or on shelves. I keep them out. It's probably not always advisable to keep certain stones out, but I do because I like looking at them. So it is what it is. I deal with whatever may come of the consequence of keeping certain stones out all the time. But you could keep your stones in silk or velvet pouches. When I travel with them, I keep my tumbled and my smoothed stones in one bag together, and I keep my rough ones in separate bags, and even separate bags amongst themselves, because I don't want them to clank and scratch up things. And then I carry it into a case. That's how I travel with them and care for them when I'm traveling with them. I don't keep the tumbled with the rough, raw stones, obviously, because it'll scratch. They'll scratch. Let's see. Be careful who you let hold your crystals. Sometimes no matter how much clearing and cleansing and activating your crystals you can do for a crystal, If you have a certain someone that you got an icky vibe from, and then they've been handling your crystals or been in your presence even around your crystal, that crystal, it may take some work to get it back to being your baby, your one that doesn't have that vibrational energy. So just be careful, be mindful of who is coming into contact with that. That being said, if that person comes into contact with it and you feel like, I don't know if I can really use that stone anymore, gift that stone to them. That could be why you're now being repelled against that particular stone, is now it's no longer your baby. It's no longer your stone. It no longer needs to be in your space. It needs to be in this other person's space for some healing in that area for that person. And that could be a bridge for you and that person, or it could be a way to close that bridge and say, here's a parting gift. Here's a stone for you. I think you should have this stone. And then now you don't even have to deal with that negative stuff anymore. It's like, boom, boom, bye-bye. Yeah. So let's see. I think that was important. Just be mindful. Don't keep it out in overexposure of water in the sun. We talked about that. And then finally, love and engage in them. I can't emphasize that enough. Use them when you are doing readings. Give them as gifts. Just spend time with them. Carry them with you. Carry them in your pocket. They want to support you just as you want to have them and be in their presence and looking at them. So engage in your crystals and love on them and feel their power and meditate with them. I meditate with my crystals, and it's the best thing. And each time from thereafter that I've had a close bond with a crystal, the meditations and the mind-blowing trips get better and more profound than the ones before, if it could even be possible. So that's that. That is caring, cleansing, and clearing your crystals. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know how you clear or cleanse your crystals, or if you even bother with doing that at all. I'm just curious. Sharing is caring, so let me know in the comments box below what you do, if you do anything. Much love, you guys. See you all in the next video. Bye.